What's up guys, this is Wences. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about creating an epic life on your terms, and today is all about consistency. So many of us have plans, we have schedules, we set out what we're going to do and then we don't stay with it. We don't stay consistent with it, and with that it just all falls apart. And in the end, it's all about mentality. So it does not matter how much you plan, it doesn't matter how well thought out everything is. Unless you have the right mindset, things are not going to change. And you cannot just say, well, change your mindset, be consistent. It does not work. You really have to go deeper, analyze your thoughts, analyze your current mindset, and then do the things that'll help you change it. Figure out your why. And your why has to be big enough in order for you to move. So if your goal, for example, is to write a book, but you never ever sit down to write because it doesn't move you enough, then there's a bigger why in the background that you haven't taken care of. See, it's all about the holistic view of all of those whys. So why do you want to write? Well, I want to write a book. Why do you want to write a book? Well, I want people to know me. I want to inspire the world through my words. Okay, that's good. But apparently this is not your biggest why. Let's keep on moving. If you wanted to create the perfect life for you, how would it look like? And it's not just you having that book done. You probably want to have people that you love around you. You want to have a community. You want to be fulfilled in your vocation. There are so many things that play a part in it. And if you just say, I want to write that book and you haven't done it so far, then it's because you neglect the other things. So for example, if you feel lonely and you feel like, well, you need people around you, you need something that will make you feel you're part of a community and you want to feel understood, then this will be your main thing. And until you take care of it, you will not care enough about the book. That's just what it is. With that being said, that does not mean that you have to wait until you have the community, until you have the love, until you have the vocation, or whatever is important to you before you can start writing the book, or before you will get motivated to write that book. But you have to take the steps in order to get a community around you, to meet somebody, to live out your vocation, to live at a place that you love. All of those aspects have to be part of your vision and part of your plan. And once you have that vision, then you can add the book to it and say, this is part of it, and once I do this, this will matter to me. See, I have it similar with working out. So for the long run, I never really worked out enough. I didn't feel energized. And although I theoretically wanted to be fit, it never was important enough for me. There were so many aspects that were so more prevalent that I didn't look into, that working out just wasn't big enough of a goal for me to keep going. But once I took care of my vocation, meaning I started this channel, once I started building a community, meaning I talk to you, I make sure that once a week I meet with friends, I started dating again, meaning I really actively went out and said, what do I really want in my life? And this is way bigger than a channel, this is way bigger than a book, that's way bigger than writing music or selling your art. It's about the whole concept. You have to have a picture of all of it, and then you take that little part, for example, of writing the book as part of the holistic view. Once you do that, your why becomes important enough, because you know you're not neglecting what is most important and you do the second or third most important thing, which actually doesn't matter if you don't take care of the first thing. If you take care of the first thing, of the second thing, and I'm not saying you have to have finished it by then. I'm saying that you started and you're continuously building on those things as well. It's the same way with saying health doesn't matter until you're sick. So nobody really cares about those other things if you're not healthy. And first, we have to take care of that thing that equals being healthy and start to go towards that goal before the third thing can actually have some kind of significance in our life. Visualize and meditate. So many people neglect this and they say, why should I care about this? It's not like it's helping me to move forward. Well, if you haven't been moving forward so far, why not try this? Because that is not something that is supposed to make you feel good just because you say, I'm somebody who meditates. There's so many different kinds of meditation, and what I'm talking about here specifically is visualization. You've created this holistic view of who you want to be. As in, well, I want to have a family, I want to meet people, I want to create a great environment around me, I want to live in aesthetic beauty, I want to live out my vocation by being a screenwriter, a writer, a musician, an artist, whatever it is that is close to your heart, that gives other people an opportunity to understand you in a very unique way. And this is something you have to visualize constantly. So every day, if you think about, what should I eat? What's wrong with my mom? Why are my friends fighting? I want people to think of me in a certain way. If all of those thoughts are in your head, you're not gonna care enough to sit down and write on that book. It's just not gonna happen. And it doesn't matter if I give you little tips and tricks of how to stay consistent with progressive overload. If you do not make your life vision your main priority in your life, All of those things won't happen because you won't care about them. You have to create this want. You have to create this need within you. You actually have to get obsessed about building your life in a positive way. Being focused on what matters most in your life and really having the right priorities intact will help you to move forward. And all those other things that might be in your head right now, they won't go away by you just saying, well, I shouldn't concentrate on that. It happens when you focus on something new and on something that will make you move forward. That's why visualization is so important. That's something that I do in almost all my meditations. So I do guided meditations. I even just listen to some video on YouTube, normally between 10 and 15 minutes. A lot of times I use self-love affirmations, but at least 2-3 times a week, I really work with visualization. And I really think of myself and everything I want to be. And then writing a book in that example will be part of it. We want you to become a person who is consistent without this having to be like a big thing. It has to be part of you that you do on a normal basis, like you don't think about eating in the morning. That's just a necessity, something you do on a daily basis. And the same thing happens when you have a project that you're passionate about. You have to combine it in a holistic view, and then you have to visualize it so you can transform this blurry vision into a very concrete one that you can hold on to while you're working at it. Step number 4, gratitude affirmations. I'm not kidding. I'm not talking about these things in order to annoy you and you actually wanted to hear things like, make a schedule, write 3 things a day you want to talk about. We can talk about this later, but if you don't do this, you will not stick with any of this. See, the thing about gratitude affirmations is that you teach your mind that doing the things that are good for you actually feel good. You remember them. You give them a bigger significance. I do this every single night. Like, I might miss meditation from time to time. I really do. And sometimes I've missed like 2 weeks and then realized, what are you doing? Go back to that. That was so important. But what I've never missed since I started are gratitude affirmations. I do this every single night once I go to bed, and I think about what I'm grateful for this day. And I'm not talking about things like I have a roof over my head, I had enough to eat. I'm actually talking about things that you did this day or you had happen to you that day that move you forward in the direction you want to go. So for example, if you were able to write a page in your book, be grateful for that. If you spend time with your family and friends and you felt nurtured and you felt like in a community, be grateful for that. You have to give those things more significance, because if you worry about little things here and there, you're not going to care about the fact that you were with your family, with your friends, that you actually have a community, that you actually did go to the gym. You're not going to care about it. And if you don't care about it, you'll not do it again. You really manipulate your mind in a positive way. You reprogram everything you believe in and you change it in a way that those things that are part of your vision become more important to you. So once you visualized in the morning, and you may have even created a vision board, in the evening when you do your gratitude affirmations, do them in regards to that vision. How has that thing that happened today contributed to the vision you want to achieve? And if it was just one little thing that only took 20 minutes, then that's the main thing you should focus on, because we want to take those 20 minutes and turn them into 24 hours. This is our goal. And if you focus on what's been happening the other 10 hours, this is not going to happen. Focus on those 20 minutes that worked out and in a way that contributed to your vision, and you see how you'll naturally transform into a person who cares about these things and that is actually consistent with staying on track. Step number 5, share your vision with somebody. See, I've talked about this before. This is a very tricky subject because it has to be something that you already believe in. If you're personally not sure that this is what you want and you talk to somebody who's not going to support you all the way and might start with telling you what may not work about your plan, then this is not the person to tell this to. See, you don't need a coach necessarily. I do this with my clients, that we really talk about what is your vision, what were you grateful for, what is the plan for next week, and we actually talk about it. We make this a priority. But if getting a coach is not the thing for you, there's so many other ways. You can talk to a friend you trust. You can go to a mentor who just wants to help you. Just think about people in your life who want to see you win and who want to encourage you in what you want to do. And ask them kindly to hold you accountable. Tell them, this is my plan. I really want to finish this book by the end of July. And when we see each other at least once a month, so let's say the last Sunday of each month, we're going to talk about this plan of mine. And it's so important to not make your friend responsible for it. So your friend is probably not going to judge you if you flake. But at the same time, your friend friend is not going to be the one who's gonna call you up each month and ask you, did you really do this? You have to be the one who always goes back to your friend, tells them where you're at, be honest with them how far you've come and what maybe you weren't able to accomplish. But all of this, as I said, won't work if you haven't found the holistic view. It can't be just about the book. It has to be this holistic thing, because otherwise you're just gonna let it fall down. It's just not important enough because you know there's something deeper that's missing. Why care about the book if you know that the book is not gonna save your life? It's not gonna be the one thing that'll make you feel alive and happy and fulfilled. It's everything. So share that vision with your friend. Share with them if you're going on dates. Share with them if you're repairing a relationship with a sibling or a good friend. Like, make all of it part of your vision and then share it with somebody and ask them to hold you accountable. I really hope that video helped you. Please state below what has helped you to stay consistent. And if you want me to get more into detail on it, really looking forward to your feedback, so don't let me down. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want me personally to coach you to the next level of your life, check out the link on one-on-one coaching in the description. I wish you a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.